Do you have any advice for people who are just getting into the workplace now? People who are just figuring out they're getting out of college. They've had the last couple years have been their education maybe is changed, how they deal with people has changed. They're trying to figure out how to make it and work. What's your advice you give these days?
Well, you really have to think in your work, are you doing it in a steady state way? And what part of the job do you enjoy? And what parts don't you enjoy? And if you think about, over time, uh, are you getting yourself into a position that, it's mostly the good stuff? I don't think there's any job that's, completely all the fun stuff. Some personnel things just are necessary, but not going to be the joyful part of work. For me, the political side is important, but if I had to do that over half the time, I and I didn't have the piece connected up with innovation and teams of innovators and seeing those things get out in the field, I don't think I'd get re-energized to do the job overall. And so thinking explicitly about your needs, what renews you, telling your coworkers things they do that are draining your energy. I'm glad that people are open-minded to those conversations, even telling me, did I make their job particularly fulfilling, or do they feel like it's pushing them harder than they want to, so they might face burnout issues.
Yeah, you like getting that kind of feedback?
Uh, yeah, I'm so much more mellow now than I was, 20 years
Yeah.
ago. I mean, you know, 20 years ago when I'm CEO of Microsoft and it seems like there's not a minute to waste. I don't think at the end of the meeting that somebody had said to me, "Hey, that was a stressful meeting." And I would have said, "Okay, let's just sit around and talk about
Right.
that." That's really important to me. So, you know, as I've gotten older and stepped back, I'm not on the front lines of doing things now. And, I do help assemble teams. I've seen, if you push too hard, that's often counterproductive. So yes, I think, it's somewhat in line with the times that I'm, the long term capabilities and what you contribute is way more important than the short term.
So if you could go back 20 years and tell the Bill Gates CEO to ask those kind of questions, to chill out, to find out, leave some space for the discussions about how people are doing, would you, or do you think that you did it right for the time?
Well, within the engineering teams, we selected for a certain type of individual, and we were able to build incredible teams. As I was working with, the sales teams or uh, other teams, some of those shortcomings probably held things back. It's hard, when things work as well as they did. It's hard to say, "Oh yeah, I could have done that in kumbaya." The intensity selected for a certain type of person, and we missed out on other people's talents. My foundation work, we need such a mix of talents. It's not just day and night coders and we'll blow the competition away just with our software.